And I have to be able to open it on the computer. Hi, Ashes. I know my cat. What? What are you doing, Mr. Cat? Here. Come here, then. Hi. Hi. You coming to be a mush? Come here, then. Mushy cat. Mushy cat. I got my cat. I got it. Are we doing this again today? Wait, we have to be on, Mum? Is that what it is? Okay. Well, fine. You just... I'm getting kisses and lovins. Hello. He's a sucky baby. Nice sucky baby. Uh-oh. Hello. And then there were two. Luce, get off the computer. Get going. I'm such a brat. Thank you. Hi. What? And I need all of you on the desk right now? Really? Oh, these cats. Hi. Oh, my boy. Oh, my boy. Mama's boy. Give people a couple more minutes to find the live. Okay, before I kick your fuzzy butts off the desk. Okay. I go. Little baby. I'm surrounded by cats. I'm gonna open another window so I can check. Please. Open. No, we're not getting on the desk. We're not getting on the computer. Goodbye. Alright. What? Get down. Get in the butt, cat. Hello, I'm being attacked by cats. What? Come here, then. Come on. No, you're not taking rose pins off the desk. Stop. Not for you. No, not for you, Fuzzy. Fuzzy. Hi, Lori Lee. Oh yeah, sure. There are pains in my butt. This is Ashes, and that's Lucifer. Right, Mr. Fur? Oh, we're going to be a suck now. Okay. As long as you stay comfy. If you're going to start moving around too much, I'm going to kick you off the desk again. I'm very popular this afternoon, apparently. Alright, so I'm just going to go into my notes here. We might as well start. We've got 4 people watching. Hello, everybody. So welcome in. Pour yourself something warm or cold and settle. Last week we were bracing for something, and this week we built. And most of what got built came out of your questions, which is the part I want you to hear before anything else. Take what is useful today and let the rest float on by. So, we'll start off this tea time with, if this week has sat heavy on your heart, please hear me. You are not carrying it alone. If the worry ever feels like too much, you can call or text 988 anytime, day or night, and a kind voice will be there. There is no shame in reaching for it, and we look after each other here. I don't think he realizes that it's too hot to snuggle, because he wants to snuggle anyway. My goodness. You comfy? Because you're going to overheat me, Mr. Fuzz. I swear these cats have no boundaries at all. And they definitely don't respect mine. Alright. So, to start this off, the one with a date on it. 2 weeks. If you and your partner both receive AISH or ADAP, this one is yours. So let me say it slow. Starting with the August benefit period, each of you will receive 88% of the maximum individual amount instead of the full amount. The government calls it recognizing shared household costs. What it means at your kitchen table is that a 2-person disabled household takes in less money than it did in July. That is about 2 weeks out. So if this is you, look at your August budget this week, not on August 1st. Now the same month in the opposite direction. The child benefit rates under both AISH and ADAP have been recalibrated, and for roughly 7,000 families, that is an increase. 2 changes happening in the same month, pulling different ways. Do not let anyone tell you the couple's cut is the child increase, because they are separate rules. The child rate table is published on the government's ADAP page, and for your own file, ask them in writing for clarification. Hi, Patricia. Yeah, I know. Fuzzy. One of my fuzzy overlords. And I know I might seem a little bit more dark today than I was last week. That's because my daughter stole my lamp. We've been having nightmare issues, so. Oh my god, you are so fluffy. Where's the brush? There it is. Haha, you thought you were safe. You're not safe. All of this fluff is ending up in my nose and my eyeballs. Okay? Can't handle it. Look at it. You are so fluffy. Here, am I going to piss you off enough for you to go away? No, I didn't think so. Persistent. Persistent cat. You would think that they would be so much more interested in the boxes and the paper bags that are all over my kitchen right now. I know, gotta be right here with Mom. Alright. So, what you asked me this week. These are the ones that came up more than once, so they are worth saying out loud for everyone. I have taken the names off with each one. Let me tell you what the thing is first, because half the trouble in this system is that nobody explains the words before they use them. So, does the disability tax credit get taken off of ADAP? So, disability tax credit is the DTC. Does it get taken off of ADAP the way it does on AISH? First, what it is. So, the disability tax credit, the DTC, is a federal tax credit. It is not a payment, and no money lands in your bank account from it. So what it does is reduce the income tax you would otherwise owe. You get approved by having a doctor or nurse practitioner complete a federal form called the T-2201 and sending it to the Canada Revenue Agency. Because it is not income, there is nothing there for AISH or ADAP to take off. And if being approved brings you a tax refund, that refund is not clawed back either. What the DTC really does is open a door. You have to be approved for it before you can receive the disability or the Canada Disability Benefit, or the CDB, which is a monthly federal payment for working age adults with disabilities. The DTC is the key. The CDB is the money. So what the CDB is, or the CDB is the one that gets taken. Alberta counts it as income and reduces your provincial check by the same amount on AISH and ADAP. So Alberta is the only province in the country that does this. So the credit itself, nothing taken. The money it unlocks taken back by both programs. Hopefully that helps kind of do that. Oh, absolutely going to have some fascist pancakes for breakfast. Oh, my goodness, Gavin.
I'm not a fascist and I'm not making things.
Christine, yes, you can watch this later. The video, once it's done being live, it'll save, and then I end up uploading it to YouTube for people that maybe don't have Facebook. That's why I redact a lot of our information in here, so that there's nothing that identifies the person who asked the question or who all was really in the chat. So first names, that's fine. I could sit here and go, hi Gavin, hi David, hi Steven, hi Jessica, right? People don't know who's in the chat because the chat doesn't show up anywhere, except for Facebook. But yes, we keep all of the episodes for this, so you can always go back and watch any of the ones that you've missed, because Facebook only keeps lives for I think a month, and then it deletes them automatically. So to make sure nobody loses any information, I put them on my channel on YouTube, and I'll post the link once it's done. All right. So another question this week: if the child support, or is the child support I receive counted against me? First, what we mean. So child support is money paid to you by your child's other parent for the care of that child. It is a different thing from the child benefit that AISH or ADAP pays you on top of your living allowance, and different again from the federal Canada child benefit. So 3 separate things with similar sounding names. It's a pain. So child support you receive for a dependent child is exempt, and the wording in the regulation is strong. So they must not include it when they work out your income. Not may, must not. So, and that's how it's worded. If you have seen a dollar limit somewhere and are worried that it applies here, that limit is almost certainly about employment earnings, meaning money you earn from a job, which is a separate rule with its own cap. So child support has no such cap, and 2 different rules that sound alike. Can I put you on the floor yet? Holy cow, he's just radiating fluffy heat. Oh. All right, so another question here. They call from a private number, and I do not answer. Could I lose my benefits? So first, what these calls are: under ADAP, there are employment services delivered by contracted providers, and someone from that side may phone you to talk about work. That is not a call from the people who decide whether you keep your benefits. No, you will not be cut off over 1 missed call. Contact about employment services normally start with a letter, not a surprise phone call. So you should have something in writing before any call matters. Watch your mailbox. And then keep screening. That instinct is a good one, and I would not give it up. Just make sure your voicemail is set up and not full, so a real caller can leave you a message. And when you call back, use the number printed on your letter, or the Alberta Supports line at 1-877-644-9992. That number again, 877-644-9992. So never just phone the number that appeared on your phone. That way you are always ringing a number you know is real, and you are protected from the scams at the same time. Let me just see here. Oh yes, he wants his moments of fame too, hey? This cat. Maybe he was a content creator in a past life and now he just needs to be on camera. Who knows? It's a pain in my butt. Alright, Chet. Uh-huh. All right. So another question that came up this week, why did my special diet coverage change after years? So first, what a special diet is. It is one of the personal benefits. It is an extra monthly amount added to your check when a medical condition means you need a particular kind of food. There is a list of them, things like diabetic, gluten-free, high protein, and renal, each with its own set rate, and your doctor confirms what you need based on whatever diagnosis is that you may have. Oh my goodness. Okay, you are leaving the desk because I am covered in fur. Goodbye. Go be a cat somewhere else. Look at this. Oh, my black sweater is almost white. Oh, and big puffs of cat fur. 2 seconds. Ugh. Hair everywhere. Nasty. Alright. Okay. My goodness. It's going to be flying around for a week now. Alright, so here's the part that catches people. Some diets cannot be paired. The government's list treats diets as already including what other ones provide. Or what another one provides. So it will not pay for both at once. A combination can sit quietly on a file for years and be perfectly stable right up until somebody reads that file again. And right now, every file is being read line by line because of the transition. So the rule is usually not new. What is new is that someone looked. That is why it feels sudden and personal when it is neither. If this is you, ask them in writing which diets are recorded on your file, which rate is being paid, and why one was removed. Get it in writing. Yeah, no doubt, Gavin. If he can edit videos, he's hired. Yeah, we're definitely looking for somebody to do little edits of our long podcasts to get our information more widely available in little snippet videos, or what are they called? Shorts, I guess. TikToks, whatever the lingo is these days. I'm not drinking tea today. I have, what is this called? Cranberry pineapple juice. So not tea today, ladies and gentlemen. It's too hot for tea right now. Alright. So where do I find the list of personal benefits? First, what a personal benefit is. So your living allowance is the main monthly amount that you receive. Personal benefits are separate amounts on top of it for specific needs. Some are one-time, like help toward getting a bed, a fridge, a moving cost. Some are ongoing, like a special diet or medical supplies. There are far more of them than most people know about. 2 things, though, worth understanding about how they work. They are not automatic. You have to ask. So nobody is going to phone you to offer one, and the amounts are not written into the law. The regulation says only that the amount of the personal benefit is whatever the minister determines. So one person sets them, one person can change them, and they are not tied to inflation. So that is why some of these figures have not moved in a very long time. As for the list itself, there is no simple handout, and that is the problem. The information sits spread across the government pages and the policy manuals written for staff rather than for us. So the move is to call and ask them to tell you the full list of personal benefits you are eligible for and how to apply for each one, and to send it to you in writing. I'm working on a list right now, just gonna throw that out there, cross-referencing the policy manual, the government pages, and everything else to see if I can't come up with our own breakdown for this. Part of our name, ladies and gentlemen, so the breakdown will be coming hopefully within the next week. So write down who you spoke to and the date. You are allowed to ask for the whole list. Most people were never handed one, and that is exactly why so many go without things they were entitled to all along. So, next question here. They refused to put it in writing, now what? This one came up more than once. I know, you're playing your game. I gotcha. Mom's just doing the live, honey. Alright. So this one came up more than once, so it deserves a proper answer. When they tell you something on the phone and will not confirm it in writing, that refusal is itself a piece of information. So write it down. The date, the time, who you spoke to, the plain question you asked, and the fact that they would not put the answer in writing. One person with that note has had a frustrating afternoon. 100 of us with the same note have a pattern, and a pattern is evidence. So then turn it around on them. Send your own version, a short message through email saying, on this date I was told the following by your office. Then state it plainly and ask them to correct you in writing if anything is wrong. Now it sits with them. If they correct it, you finally have something in writing. If they say nothing at all, your account stands as the record. I'm just checking to see if I have any messages that were DM'd or PM'd or whatever the acronym is for this week. And so far, so good. Alright. So, some changes and stuff that went up this week, grouped by what it does. So the website grew a lot this week. Rather than list it like a menu, let me sort it by what each thing does for you. So things that send a letter for you. Email a letter. You pick a pre-written advocacy letter, and it opens in your own email, whether it be Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, or whatever you use, with the recipient, the subject, and the whole letter already filled in. That's pretty helpful. 4 are loaded right now. Both end and reverse ADAP letters to Minister Neudorf. 1 for you and 1 for a caregiver. The MLA and MP contact letter, and the letter about flare-ups and episodic conditions. The Neudorf ones put the Premier in copy automatically, so it CCs them. Every letter also copies itself to your clipboard. So if your phone trims a long one, you can paste it back in. Hopefully that makes sense. I wasn't sure how I could explain it. Alright, so that's the email letter templates that are open on the website right now. You just click the button, everything auto-populates into your own email, and you can send it direct from that without having to fill anything in yourself. So, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I'll have to wait until I get some feedback. Alright, so the next thing that went up was the package, the legal package. So this one is for the legal package. You choose who you are writing to, a lawyer, an advocacy group, a politician, an oversight office, the UN, a doctor's group, or media, and the cover letter rewrites its own ask to suit them. Right? So when you pick the recipient and it fills the email in, 38 of the 42 recipients now have direct addresses in there. Pull from our tracker, and it walks you through attaching the 4 PDFs because email cannot attach them for you. So I've tried to kind of streamline that. Again, it hasn't been up for very long, so I haven't had a lot of feedback on the new features that are on the webpage. And I guess just in case people don't have it, the website address is Alberta Disability System Breakdown.netlify.app. Now you can also go into Google or any search engine and go the Alberta Disability System Breakdown, and the website comes up there too. We are officially Googleable, which is huge. Alright. So everything that we filed in one place. The legal package. So the cover letter, the draft charter challenge, the UN Nations submission, or the United Nations submission, the Alberta Human Rights Complaint, and the evidence dossier, and the distribution list all together as one set. It opens with a content note and the 988 line because the dossier discusses unaliving and Bruce Johnson's death, and nobody should come across that without a warning. The 3 legal drafts are clearly marked as being for counsel and not as legal advice. Because I'm not a lawyer, and I didn't run this by one when I built what I built. So, answers for the people who are not on Facebook. A new frequently asked questions section went up. So, and there are 21 plain language questions across 8 categories on the website. So the answer we work out in here are not locked inside of the group. If someone you know is struggling and not on Facebook, this is the link to send them. Okay, and that's directly for the frequently asked questions section. Again, the person that asks the questions is not identified in the frequently asked questions section. It is just the question itself and what the answer was within the group. Because nobody has access to the Facebook group unless they are in it. And that's to protect everyone. And we went from public to a private group so that we could keep certain kinds of individuals out of our safe space to be able to talk about things. And it's in my opinion, it's made it a little bit easier, but it makes it a little bit harder sometimes when we want to share information across different groups. But I wasn't about to give up our safety by remaining public. Because we were getting lots of trolls there at the beginning. So, doing it yourself. 2 new briefs are up. So what the law says and what you can appeal. The flare-ups materials are up. The plain language explainer and the MLA letter for episodic conditions is on the website. And the distribution list has been rebuilt with all 38 emails. And there are now 2 tools for filing the human rights complaint yourself. A fillable template and a step-by-step guide. So one small fix worth mentioning because it mattered. At the bottom of every daily news post there are crisis numbers, and they have been showing up with stray asterisks around them instead of in bold. That is fixed across all 55 posts. That was my bad. So the 988 line and the helpline now stand out the way they were meant to. Coding is not easy. And the old June letter to the minister has been retired, replaced by the Neudorf letters. So, and by that I mean the wording in it has been changed to stop ADAP, or from stop ADAP being implemented to let's end ADAP. So instead of future tense, now it's present tense, and we need to still stop this program. So, a new one-page thing to keep by the phone. So several of you got calls this week and told me how hard it is to answer well when you are put on the spot with no time to think. So there is now a one-page script you can print and leave beside the phone. The short version is this. What puts your benefits at risk is refusing or neglecting to take part. Being unable is not the same thing, and it is protected. So you do not have to argue about willingness on a phone call. Say yes to taking part. Then you put your limits on the record and ask them to note it on your file. Willing, then limits, then note it on file. And afterwards, put it in writing. A phone answer can be denied later. A short message the same day saying what you agreed to and what your health does not allow turns your version into the record. All right. Yeah, we don't have much more to go. Uh-oh, he's back. The fuzzy is back. Alright. So something I want you to see about us. So I looked at the group's numbers this week and I want to hand them to you. Because they are yours and not mine. So we are 2,322 people right now. 227 of you joined in the last 4 weeks alone. On a normal day, somewhere between 1,400 and 1,600 members are in here reading, answering, and holding each other up. Sunday is our busiest day of the week, which is part of why we do this over tea. So, where you are matters too. Edmonton has 682 of us, and Calgary 476, Lethbridge with 122, Red Deer with 95, Medicine Hat we're at 56, St. Albert there are 51 members, Grand Prairie 39, Camrose 26, and then a long tail of small places like Edson, Westlock, Olds, Sylvan Lake, Vegreville, Cold Lake, Rocky Mountain House, Lac La Biche, and dozens more with a handful of members each. So, and if you look at that list again, Edmonton, Calgary, Red Deer, Lethbridge, Camrose, St. Albert, those are the councils that voted to ask the province to pause this. Those motions did not come out of nowhere. They came out of the cities where you live, where you called and wrote and turned up. That is what organizing looks like from the outside, and most of you did not even notice you were doing it. It's awesome. We've got a lot of people across Alberta in this group, and it's amazing because it's making a difference. Alright. I'm surprised the chat's not lighting up today. Usually it is. Alright. So one last thing in those numbers. Most of this group is women over 45, and a great many of you are in small towns in rural Alberta. That is exactly the group this transition leans on hardest, and it is exactly the group the plan quietly assumes can simply go find work. When I was asked this week whether a job search means the same thing in Lethbridge as it does in Milk River, they were speaking for a lot of this room. And they were. Because we already know that there is a job deficit in this province, and it's definitely already impacting the able-bodied class of worker, and now we're just adding to the stress of it. Going back and forth between the group and the and my notes. Alright. So the people who answered each other in the group. I want to name a few of you. Carefully. Not as a leaderboard, but as a thank you. So over the last month, the heaviest lifting in the comments was done by Ma. I'm just going to use first names here. Colleen, TJ, Stephen, Mikhail, Ivy, Susan, Nicole, Tracy, Ira, and Kit. And by many more that I have, by many more than I have room to list. When someone posts at 2 in the morning frightened about a letter, it is usually not me who gets there first, it is one of you. And that is the whole thing right there. And it's definitely something to shout out. I wonder if there was like another pancake thing today or not, because yeah, we've got like 3 people watching. It's weird. Usually it's busy on Saturdays. People will catch it after. It's all good. Alright. So, we're gonna slowly bring this to. Well, it's funny because I thought I'd been talking for a while here. I haven't. It's been like 35 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the roses, the rose pins that have been going out across Alberta since early June. Alright, so a rose for the ones we carry. I am always wearing mine. The next batch for remembrance roses goes out Monday. If you have asked for one, it is coming. And if you have not and you would like one, message me. You can email the campaign, message me over Facebook, or fill out the order form on the website. Let me know how many you'd like. Up to 5, and there is no charge. Not now, not ever. If you are one of those stubborn souls who cannot bear to take a thing for nothing, there is a donation option, but only if you truly cannot help yourself. The pink ribbon rose is our remembrance. It is for the ones who fell without support, and it says the thing the system never did. Your story mattered, your life mattered, and we carry you with us. And when you wear one, someone across the room wearing the same rose is someone who understands. Yeah, I got you there. Most businesses in Devon are family owned. Absolutely. A lot of the small towns have that. Yeah, look, I've got another batch of roses heading down to Calgary, so you're going to start seeing them more and more, Gavin, as you're wandering the streets. And I think Pam's been distributing them too, because I think I'm sending her another 20 roses, either 10 or 20. So it's all good. And then we had a member or family member of a member request to distribute rose pins in their community in Lloydminster. So there are about 150, if not 175 rose pins headed in that direction, going to law enforcement and emergency services and around the community there. So if you're interested in distributing rose pins in your area, let me know. The cap of 5 is more aimed at individual requests, where let's say you have a family of 4 or 5 people that really want to be a part of the remembrance pins. By all means, reach out and I'll make that happen. I always say we'll make that happen, but I'll make that happen. So in all donations, if people put in donations, it all goes towards making more pins and the supplies needed for those. So goes towards the rose pin, or the rose itself, the pin, and the card. And for every rose pin that goes out, there is a business card attached to it. And of course, I don't know where I put my stack. My cat's probably hiding it with his fluff. He is. With every rose pin, I also include one of our business cards, so that you can hand it to a social worker, you can hand it to your doctor, you can hand it to somebody else in your community. And it's just a good way to get the word out that there is support here for everyone that are trying to navigate this whole system. Oh my God, cat. Can you... like right where I put my elbow. Hi, baby. Hi. One of my children came down. All right. So, still true and still open. The door back to AISH has no deadline on it. If you were moved to ADAP and you cannot work because of a permanent disability, you can ask to be reassessed whenever you are ready. The government covers one medical assessment for people who moved in July, and that offer is not time limited. Ask for it in writing. the forms for it. So the assessment is basically a reapplication. I think that's where a lot of people get tripped up. So the forms are already available. Part A is the one that you fill out, and Part B is the one that your doctor and your specialists would fill out. And both are on the website with guides. And that's our website. Now, the official forms are not up on the website because they were locked. So I unlocked them and made my own version, which is essentially the exact same wordage, the exact same layout as what the government forms are. They're just not the official ones because the government ones were locked to Adobe. And we're very time sensitive as to how long it would let you write stuff. So I unlocked them just to make it a little bit more accessible for the community. And, yeah. Hopefully we can get this going. Now, you do not need permission to be reassessed. You do not need permission to reapply for AISH. And they're not going to reach out and say, hey, are you looking for a reassessment? So if you're looking to get back on AISH, start the application process now. If you don't have a doctor, start looking for one. If you need to figure out where your medical information is sitting, you get a hold of the, what is it called? The College of Physicians and Surgeons, and they will help you track down where your records are. Those are the biggest barriers right now. But don't wait the 18 months until this happens. We are officially on the ground, feet on the ground as ADAP recipients today. So the faster we get the ball moving at whatever pace we can handle, the faster we can get off of ADAP and hopefully back onto AISH. Alright, so take the time to build your strongest case because there is no clock making you rush. But the sooner we get that ball moving, you know, and any direction is a good direction at this point. You're talking the business cards, Colette? These ones? The double-sided ones? Yes, I can absolutely send you more of the cards. Just PM, DM, or email the campaign your address, and I'll send them out to you. Yeah, absolutely. I have no problem sending cards. I have a few carriers in different areas, but always looking for more people to spread the word. That's how this works. And it always works better coming from somebody that's already within the community, saying, hey, this is where I went for my information. And, you know, it's a trusted source. That's the biggest thing, and people need to hear that from the people from the group. Because I try not to sell anything, right? Oh, I know you've got yours. How many cards do you still have? Like 1,000? Because I know we used mine for the protest or teach-in on the 1st. Oh, God. I'm going to move over because this cat keeps kicking me. Hey, it's my desk. Why don't you go in the bed? That's it. Come here. Come here, Fuzzy. Come here. In the bed. There you go. Oh. Now I can put my arm on my desk. It's so bad. Oh. That cat really likes being on my desk. It drives me nuts. Alright. I'm just going to check messages and see if I've got anybody that's DM'd or PM'd to have anything answered. Because sometimes people will do that. Okay. More rose pins going out. I think we're sitting at 40 packages heading out on Monday for roses, so that's awesome. Lots of people asking to help, so this is awesome. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad that you got your rose, Colette. I've been seeing more and more people posting to the group, the wall, saying, I got mine, I got mine. I'm so glad. I've been leaving rose pins and cards at the Sobeys just down the hill for me. Oh no, Ivy! It's okay, the video will be up on YouTube and you'll be able to watch it once it's done. Did you have any questions? Because even if we already went over it, I'll answer them. I'm all caught up with notifications already. I don't want to jinx it. It's been a good day. I don't want to jinx it.
Your soul is mine.
Oh, you in the background. All right. So I guess I can recap it really quick. So we have gone over most of the notes for today. So regarding the what is it called? The cohabitation rule that's coming into effect as of the August benefit period, so the end of the month, where you will receive 88% of the maximum individual amount instead of your full amount. So we are 2 weeks out from that. The child benefit rates under both AISH and ADAP have been recalculated for roughly 7,000 families. So for roughly 7,000 families, that is an increase, right? So not everybody is going to have that increased. The child rate table is published on the government's ADAP page, and for your own file, ask them in writing what's changing for yours. Yeah, no worries. I've been helping everybody, or as many people as I can, regarding the first half of the application. So absolutely. And I guess that's another thing that I want to make clear here. A lot of people aren't reaching out to me because they think I'm too busy, or they think that I'm, dealing with other people or whatever. Every day when I get up and I start going through the notifications to the group, and then I go through all of the messages that happened or came in while I was sleeping, I check the campaign email address. Nothing ever lapses one day to the next. So if you messaged me and I haven't gotten back to you yet, I'm going through the list. I usually go from bottom to top because the ones that came in first are always at the bottom. So, but I make it through that list every day. Every notification, every tag, if it's something that I have to jump in on, I make sure that I am on, on the ball with all of this. Thank you. My peanut gallery in the back. So, if you're worried that I'm not going to get back to you, don't worry. I get back to everyone. And I do. I make a point of it. I don't want to leave you stressed over something that just needs an answer and a quick rundown or a quick breakdown. That's not fair to you, and that's not how this group operates. It also doesn't take me weeks to get back to people unless it went into a spam folder. But you can tag me in any post on this page, and if it flags it as a notification, I will see it and I will go hunting for your message. That's how I work. So, again, don't wait to reach out. I am not too busy for the people in my community. That's why I opened the page. That's why I started doing this. That's why we do the podcast. That's why we do tea time. Is to keep everybody up to date on what's happening and so that you know that somebody is here and in your corner. So don't wait. Reach out. Get the help. Ask the dumb question. Okay? If you think that it's a dumb question, I get that a lot. I have a stupid question. No, you need clarification. That's why I'm here. There are no dumb questions. We just have a really dumb government. And we really do. So reach out anytime. I'm here. Best host ever. Aha. No, best host ever is on the Asia Actions Revolutionary podcast. Don't go there, Gavin. And yesterday's episode was amazing. Hats off. Love you, Gavin. You're gonna run for the hills now. That was an awesome episode. I loved it. All right. So we answered the what does disability tax or does the disability tax credit get taken off of the ADAP the way it does on AISH? All right. So first, what it is. So the disability tax credit is a federal tax credit. It is not a payment, and no money lands in your bank account from it. Okay. So right there, that's not it. All that the DTC does is opens the door to applying for the, what the heck is that thing called? The Disability Retirement Savings Plan, RDSP. I think that's the acronym for it. And it opens it up so that you can apply for the Canadian Disability Benefit. That's it. And the Canadian Disability Benefit is the one that we get clawed back dollar for dollar. So the DTC and CDB, completely different. Oh, I agree. Yesterday's show was amazing. It was a little long, but it was amazing. All right. So is the child support I receive counted against me? No. That is the short answer, no. What is it here? Child support you receive from a dependent child is exempt. And the wording in the regulation is strong. So they must not include it when they work out your income. Not may, must not. So hopefully that clears that up. All right. And then regarding calls from private numbers, and I do not answer, could I lose my benefits? No, you will not be cut off over one missed call. Contact about employment services normally starts with a letter, not a surprise phone call. So you should have something in writing before any call matters. Watch your mailbox. Okay? And then keep screening. There's a lot of scam stuff going on around right now, and I don't want to see anybody in the community caught off guard. If you get a call and you're not sure about the number, don't phone that number directly back. Phone the Alberta Supports line 1-877-644-9992. Never just the number that appeared on your phone. That way you are always ringing a number you know is real, and you are protected from the scams at the same time. You can also contact the AISH, call center, because I believe the AISH ADAP calls are all being funneled to the same useless idiots. So you can always phone there too and find out who phoned you, because it should all be written down. Always protect your butt, and I don't want to see any of these members of mine scammed for nothing. All right. So, and then we covered a little bit about special diets, how things are changing. And it's not a matter of it changing in policy. It's because people are actually looking at our files now. A little late, but at least they're looking now. And they're also still catching errors for people that were wrongly transitioned. So there's some good news there too. So you may get a letter saying, hey, we fucked up, we're going to fix it. Might happen. We'll see. All right. So, and then what went up this week on the website? So there's an email, a letter function where you don't have to fill anything out. You just hit who your email provider is, whether it's Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, whatever, and it automatically will populate in your email. Okay, and then there's the legal package that went up. So everything that I couldn't post to the group in PDF form because a lot of people are having a hard time opening that. So I've been just putting links in. Ivy, I know that you said that you can't download nothing. So I've already printed them out and they will be mailed to you on Monday. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take for them to get to you, but I printed off the entire package, and I'll be sending it to you that way. I'll also email you the distribution list as like a copy and paste thing that you'll be able to pull from your email. So we're finding workarounds, people, which is awesome. Because everything is about being accessible for everybody. The new frequently asked questions section on the website went live. And so far there are 21 plain language questions across 8 categories. So if you find someone that is struggling and not on Facebook, that is the link to send them. Okay? Send them to the frequently asked questions. No worries. I'm going to post the link to the actual website just so that it's in the comments. I try to get it out there as much as I can. I have the digital, where is it here? I have the digital business card for the podcast and for the website that I can send to everybody too. I'll repost it to the group, and at least there everybody's got that if they want to send it out or start bringing people home, right? And by home, I mean the Facebook group. Start reaching out to people that are really distressed in the community. Everybody is across multiple groups. You have your own community pages that you're a part of. Start posting there, and maybe we'll not only boost our numbers, but we'll get more information out there because we stand stronger together as an informed public. So, and that's what makes us the most dangerous at this point, is the fact that we are gaining the information to fight back, and that's what the government really is terrified of. So let's make them really shit the bed on this one, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to stop hiding. Oh, that was the other thing that I wanted to do. I have to open up another page. Hang on. Now, there was a post that I ended up putting up, and I figured I'd read it verbatim because I just finished putting it. Where the hell was it? 2 seconds. I gotta grab it. Because it was regarding accommodations, and I just want to read it out so that everybody is aware of what that potentially means for people. So, the post went out July 15th. I just tagged everybody in it as an @everyone. So I know that it's probably coming up in a lot of people's notifications right now, which is awesome. So just a reminder about your right to accommodations and the rules that back you up. Very, very, very important. So a quick but important reminder for everyone. You have the right to ask for accommodations, and it is not you being difficult. Someone has come up again and again this week, so I want to say it plainly. AISH and ADAP exist to serve us. We are the reason these programs exist. And as disabled people, we have every right to ask that the system be accessible to us. That is not a favor we are begging for. It is how this support, or this is supposed to work. And it is written into law. Very important. It is written into law. So if reading long, dense letters is hard for you, you can ask them to call you instead. If you process better by phone or better in writing, you can ask for that too. If you need a support person on the call with you, you can ask for that. If handling more than one thing at a time overwhelms you, you can ask to take it one piece at a time. If you need things put in writing so you have a record, you can ask for that, and you should. So none of that is you being difficult. None of it is you asking for special treatment. It is you asking the system to meet you where you are. Which is exactly what accessibility means. Very important. That's what accessibility means. The burden is not on you to bend yourself to fit a process that was not built for how your brain or body works. The system is supposed to adapt to you. Okay? And here is the part I want you to hold on to. This is not just a nice idea. It is their own rule. So let's use their own rules. 1. The law says a government service cannot discriminate against us for our disability. The Alberta Human Rights Act, Section 4, says, this is the actual wording for the law, and it's quoted, no person shall deny to any person or class of persons any goods, services, accommodation, or facilities that are customarily available to the public, or discriminate against any person or class of persons with respect to any goods, services, accommodations, or facilities that are why am I saying that again? That are customarily available to the public because of race, religious beliefs, color, gender identity, gender expression, physical disability, mental disability, age, ancestry, place of origin, marital status, source of income, family status, or sexual orientation of that person. I thought I was rereading the same section. I should make it a little bit bigger. There we go. I had to blow it up a bit. So 2 things to notice because they both protect us. Services includes government services. The Human Rights Commission spells this out. So services covered by the law include government services and municipal or provincial services. AISH and ADAP are exactly that. So we are protected twice over. Not only for physical disability and mental disability, the law says a mental disability means any mental, developmental, or learning condition, and that the cause or duration of the condition does not matter. But also, for source of income, the Commission defines that grounds as covering social assistance, disability pension, and income supplements. That is literally us. So, yeah, do a little dance. All right, number 2, the law says they have a duty to accommodate us. And they have to try. Something that a lot of us have kind of fallen off the wagon with. We're so used to making ourselves invisible, making our voices very quiet because we don't want to cause waves. I think if we stood our grounds and we followed the law and we started to push back on it, we would end up with workers again. And we would. People that had to know us. Instead of just a, generic call center where nobody does. Alright. So this is the phrase to remember. The duty to accommodate. In the Alberta Human Rights Commission's own words. And this is quoted, again. Employers, service providers, landlords, and others have a duty to accommodate. This means making changes to rules, standards, policies to eliminate or reduce the negative impact that someone faces because of a protected ground. The goal of accommodation is to provide an equal opportunity for an individual or group to participate. And they cannot just brush it off. The Commission says a service provider that receives a request must take reasonable steps, there's that word again, Gavin, to accommodate the person's needs to the point of undue hardship. And that those steps include being flexible and creative. Yeah, sure, this government, creative, good luck. and engaging and communicating with the person requesting accommodation. So they can't just ignore us. Okay, so they can only refuse if accommodating you would be an undue hardship. And the Commission is clear that the bar for that is high. The hardship has to be substantial in nature, like an intolerable cost or serious disruption. And when an employer, service provider, says that accommodating a person causes an undue hardship, it must provide proof. They have to prove their claim. So you do not have to prove that you deserve it. So best of all, in their own words, in many cases, accommodation measures are simple and affordable and do not create undue hardship. So asking someone to phone you instead of mailing a dense letter is not an undue hardship. It is simple and affordable, and they know it. Alright, so the Commission even uses a government example that is almost exactly our situation. Okay? So, and remember, that's the Human Rights Commission that is giving this example, and it's almost exactly our situation. So that right there, we have grounds for making a complaint, a human rights complaint. Okay? So a government service provider allows clients with physical disabilities to attend meetings virtually. There we go. That is an accommodation of the process. So is a phone call instead of a letter. So is one thing at a time. So is a support person on the line. We've got him, Gavin. Right? But this is very important for everybody to know. And I have to do the digging. I have to do the research, right? That's just what my strength is. Alright, so number 3, their own AISH and ADAP manual already says you can have a support person. I've already clarified it. So you do not even have to reach for the Human Rights Act for this one. The Disability Income Assistance Policy Manual, or DIA, the program's own rule book says the application can be completed by an applicant or their personal representative. Hi, how are you? Okay? And it allows a personal representative, a trusted person, a financial administrator, a trustee, or an attorney to help you deal with the program. So a support person is built into their own policy. That's why I had to highlight this post again for everybody. So please, do not talk yourself out of asking. Do not decide ahead of time that it is too much trouble or that they will say no. Ask in writing clearly and keep the answer. And if you need help asking in writing, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, to put your request in writing so that it can't be ignored. So reach out. You don't have to wait for an invitation. My inbox is open. So here is a simple way to word it that uses their own language back at them, in case you don't want to reach out. So I have a disability, and under the duty to accommodate in the Alberta Human Rights Act, I am requesting an accommodation for how you communicate with me about my file. Please call me instead of sending letters. This is an example. Send everything in writing, or let me bring a support person. Give me information one step at a time. Please confirm this in writing and note it on my file. That's it. And it's copy and pastable right from the post. So keep a copy of what you sent and whatever they send back. If they refuse a simple, reasonable request and cannot show it is a real hardship, that is worth writing down. And you have 1 year from the date of the treatment to make a complaint to the Human Rights Commission. And this group can help you think it through. I'll come back to that call in just a second. Alright, where is it here? So you have 1 year from the date of the treatment to make a complaint to an Alberta Human Rights Commission, and this group can help you think it through. You are allowed to take up space in a system that is meant to serve you. And if you are not sure how to word a request, ask here, and we will help you write it. And of course, by we, I mean me. But Gavin's in here too. You can always bug him too, that'd be awesome. That is what this group is for. So, if you need help writing that down, asking for accommodations, let me know. That's why we're doing this. That's why we built the group. That's why the information is here. It's not so that you have to memorize everything. Alright. Now there was another post that went up regarding condition flares. I think everybody's kind of already got the basis of all of that because there's a lot of information in that thread that's come up. So I think we're good there. Alright, so I have a question, well, two, for the next podcast or next tea time, okay? Well, what I will do is I will take that question and I will put it into my Word file, and I will get you a very in-depth answer to that, because I don't want to give you any wrong information or send you down a rabbit hole that there's no return from. So I want to be able to pull up as much as I can, Colette, regarding what that would look like. For the co-owner stuff, okay? So I want to make sure that I give you all of the correct information. It's all about the facts here. And I know that I could fire off an answer right now, but I want to make sure that it's solid. Oh, exactly. Oh, we do. We have all of the everything to file a human rights complaint. I love it. I filed mine yesterday. All right. So we're going to close it up for today. That is the tea for today. If your head is full, you do not have to hold it all. Pick the one piece that is yours and let me carry the rest until you need it. Message me anytime for a form, the wording, or just to talk. Thank you for spending part of your weekend with me. Drink your water, rest those shoulders, and be gentle with yourself. With love.
Alberta! Isn't listening! Ontario! Can you hear us? Canada! Can you hear us? Canada! Can you hear us screaming? Hey! We are buried under rent. We are rationing our food. We are choosing heat or medicine and calling that a mood. They told us help was coming, then counted every dime. Now the poorest are poorer and they're running out of time. This is not a province problem when Canadians disappear. This is not a budget issue when people live in fear. Canada, can you hear us screaming? Canada, can you see us now? The impoverished are worse off now, and we need you to step in now. Canada, can you hear us screaming? Canada, this is your line. We are Canadian people, and it is time to act now. Now